What's up, my dudes? So if you tuned into my channel last week, you saw that I reviewed a fragrance by Paul Gaultier that I recently picked up on Macy's sale, and that was L'HOMME EDP Pride Edition 2022. I told you in that video what I thought about it, and I also told you that I was going to be coming back, and because there's really two main flankers that are for the spring and summer. I know there's a few other ones out there, but I don't really like those. There's two main flankers, the L'HOMME EDP Pride, whatever edition it is, and then Male Eau Fraiche. And so in this video, I'm going to be letting you know the two of them and which one that you should pick up. And so without further ado, let's get it. Alright, my great smelling dudes, welcome back to my channel. This is Randy, aka FragranceDoud, back with another fragrance video. Thank you so much for joining me again. I did a video last week. I'm not going to repeat myself. It's just L'HOMME EDP Pride 2022. Let you know what I thought about it. And today I'm going to be comparing it to L'HOMME Eau Fraiche to let you know which is the better summer flanker. And so before I get into that, if you could, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, share it, all that good stuff. And if you do like my content, consider following me on TikTok and Instagram. I do shorts and 1-minute reviews, stuff like that on there. So again, I'm going to be doing L'HOMME EDP Pride Edition 2022 that I picked up last week, and then also L'HOMME Eau Fraiche. I have Andre Edition, Popeye, and Superman. It does come in the original bottle as well, if you did want to check those out. But this one usually comes at the best price, about $70 or $80, depending on where you find it. So I'm not going to stay here forever. I'm going to just give you the little bit of a breakdown of the two and then let you know which one to pick up first. So with that said, this is the L'HOMME EDP Pride Edition 2022. It was released in 2022, as they do the Pride Edition every few years. I've never really liked the Pride Editions before. They usually come off too unisex, a little bit feminine leaning, which this one is no exception. The main notes that you find in this are blood orange, neroli, orange blossom, and musk. And really, both of these are simplified fragrances. One of them follows the trend of the L'HOMME EDP line, and this one does not. So Eau Fraiche is the one that does that. This one doesn't really have that L'HOMME EDP backbone, that DNA, that vanilla, that lavender, stuff like that. It doesn't have it in there. This one, really, when you first spray it on, I told you in the video last week, now that I'm getting into this, I don't like it. I thought I would like it. I heard good things about it. It was $50, usually $119. I was like, I'll pick it up. If I don't, I'll just sell it or return it if I can't sell it. And I ended up doing that. I even tried to get my wife to try it and see if she wanted to keep it. Because if you guys don't know, I did tell you in the other video, the Pride Edition 2022 comes in a men and women's bottle. And both of them are the same fluid. Both of them smell the same. And if that tells you anything, it is more feminine unisex. And so when you first spray this on, this is the best part of the fragrance, and it doesn't last very long. You get a mix of yuzu and blood orange. The blood orange is a little bit rindy, not too rindy, just a little bit rindy, mixed with a nice tart citrus yuzu. Mix those together with a little bit of a florally musky backbone, but it's really far back at the beginning. So it's more citrusy in the opening. Citrus, musk, and a slight bit of floral. As you work your way into the fragrance, about 10 to 15 minutes, the yuzu dissipates, followed very, very shortly by that blood orange, and then you're left with only three things, and it's heavy florals, a little bit of woods, and then musk. So it's a floral, musky fragrance with a little bit of woods, and that's what you get for the remaining 4 to 5 hours. The fragrance is moderate throughout. It's not an amazing performer either. I honestly think that for a release, for somebody who likes the unisex florally men's fragrances, I think that you would like this. With that said, it's basic throughout. It's not horrible for somebody who likes that. For me, it's horrible. But I do not like florals. Florals come off old person to me. They remind me of like my mom or my grandma. I just don't like florals and fragrances when they're the heavy part of the fragrance. And as you guys know, fresh fragrances aren't necessarily my favorites. I do love a lot of freshies, but I like the fall and wintertime fragrances better. And it just so happens that florals are usually mainly used in the freshies. And so with that said, this fragrance is not very good. If you don't like florals, if you don't like super unisex fragrances, don't pick it up. It's not worth it. It's, again, citruses with a little bit of florals and musk. And then once you get all the way, the rest of the fragrance, pretty much the bulk of the fragrance, is a floral musk with a touch of woods. That's really the fragrance. You don't need to talk about it much more than that. Getting into the next one. This is Paul Gaultier's Male Eau Fraiche, and this is the Andre edition. They are painted bottles, while this one is just a shirt on top of a silver bottle. So this one's painted, as is the one with Superman, Popeye, and then they also have the original one, which is just the stripes if you take out the white here. So I like this one. I think this is the one that you should pick up. I think that this is kind of like how Armani Code did Armani Code Colonia, and they just took the Code line and made it fresh and a little bit more modern. That's what they did with this one. They took the Le Male DNA, which to me is a bit dated, still smells good. You freshen it up, you take a little bit of that sweetness away, and then you make it into like a more modern, fresh take of the original Le Male, and that's what you get with a Le Male Eau Fraiche. I think all of the rest of the flankers that are for spring and summer are kind of redundant, like in the navy or airlines or whatever. There is one that's okay, but really I think the main Paul Gaultier fragrances you need to get, and I'm probably going to miss one here, Ultramale, Le Male Parfum, Le Male Eau Fraiche, and those are really the only ones that I could think of that I would pick up, those main three. Le Male Eau Fraiche is my fresh one. Ultramale is my like clubbing one, and then my one when I'm feeling a little bit saucy is my Le Male Parfum. That's the cardamom oriental spice. But anyway, getting into this, the main notes you find in Le Male Eau Fraiche are mint, amber, vanilla, sandalwood, and neroli. It's an aromatic vanilla fragrance, and that really tells you that is what Le Male is. It's a sweet, a little bit heavier aromatic vanilla lavender fragrance, and this one, it just adds those green aspects from the mint. You get some aromatics in there like the lavenders and the clary sages. Then you get some creamy vanilla with some creamy sandalwood, and it's really nice. You get some musks in there. It does have a little bit of neroli in this as well, as does most of the fresh fragrances when you're trying to make a fragrance that is like I said, the spring and summer fragrances of any type of line are going to have a little bit of a florally backbone in there. This one does not come off florally to me. Some people did, again, compare some of them to Neroli Portofino, like the Le Male Pride. This one, it has neroli, and it doesn't get compared to Neroli Portofino, at least in my opinion. This one is more of a sweet green freshness. It's aromatic. You get that sweet creaminess. It still has that gourmand facet to it. I think it's beautiful. It has that woody nature, but when you first spray it on, you get those aromatics, you get the little bit of sweetness. It's almost like an ambery feel. And then you get those green, the mintiness, some lavender. Mix that all in. Once you get into about 10-15 minutes, the lavender and all that starts to dissipate into the background as those vanillas, the musks, the sandalwoods really do start to creep in. And that's the basis of the fragrance, is a sweet and fresh Le Male. It is really nice. I think that you should definitely pick this up. Again, it's not really in main stores anymore. I would just go on eBay. I found this for like $70 some this summer. It is the Andre edition. If you like certain characters, I know they have the Superman for $99 and Popeye is the most expensive. But with that said, I don't really care about the character. I like to have for collection purposes. But if you don't care about the character, just get the Andre or the original. But the original is more hard to find, surprisingly, because more people are liking the painted bottles. So if I was to say the performance for this one is pretty much on par with the Pride. It's about 5 to 6 hours, if not a little bit longer, and it's moderate throughout. None of the fresh fragrances from the Le Male line are really any kind of push, and it surprises me because their fall fragrances push out really nicely. And these ones, they're moderate. They're not going to get someone like 20 feet away from you to notice you. 2 to 3 feet, around arm's length for the first hour and a half, 2 hours, and then it comes down to more of a personal bubble. I would pick up this one. I would just stay away unless you like neroli and you like florals and you like musks. I would just stay away from it. And the musks aren't animalic or anything like that. It's just designer musk. So anyway, Let me know if you've tried both of these, which one that you like more. If you've tried Male Eau Fraiche, it's one of my favorites. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with another video. Peace out.